Win, but for all of us who grew up wanting to be West Indian cricketers, we hope for a big test match tomorrow.
You need to channel some of the aura of Viv Richards.
Big Viv, that's it. Yeah.
Right, good on you, Matt. Thank you.
Matty.
Well, the road test between petrol and electric cars has thrown up some surprising results on a pretty long road trip.
It found the electric option was more expensive and it highlighted a glaring lack of charging infrastructure on country roads.
A typical holiday road trip, Melbourne to Sydney, but this time it's not the destination, rather the journey that makes it interesting. 2 BMWs, 1 electric, 1 petrol. The team from Car Expert almost couldn't believe the car using premium unleaded fuel cost less.
Look, it was pretty surprising in the sense that you hear in the media that electric vehicles are cheaper to run. Probably weren't expecting it to cost more and also weren't expecting to have to stop as much as we did.
They took a petrol BMW 7 Series and its electric sibling, the i7, on the 900-kilometre journey. The respective cars took off fully charged and fuelled. The electric vehicle cost $132 for the whole journey, the petrol car $118. Electric was also slower, a total 2 hours and 8 minutes spent plugged in, waiting to recharge.
If you are just driving in and around the city, an electric vehicle is going to be the more cost-effective option. But if you do frequently hit the road, that is something you need to keep in mind.
Making things more challenging, some charge points were out of order. To fully charge an ordinary electric vehicle, it takes around 30 hours from a standard connection at home, 18 hours from a fast connection at home, just 40 minutes at a public point. The average cost to recharge, around $15.50 at home, $42 in public. So, the verdict? Car Expert says electric vehicles are great around the city, but for road trips, there's work to be done. Blake Johnson, 7 News.
Now, Angie's back with forecast. Angie, there's a lot of rain on the way.
There is, Angie. Incredibly heavy falls forecast for southern New South Wales. Not as much for Sydney, but it's still looking pretty grey. Details next.
Tonight, 7 News headlines. 2 teenagers are among 5 people killed at a horror 24 hours on the state's roads.
The Prime Minister says the ACCC could be given more powers to tackle supermarket price gouging.
There's a measles alert for Sydney after an infected baby arrived at the airport last Wednesday.
And Australia's Sarah Snook has won Best Actress at the Emmys for her role in the hit show Succession. Now, here's Angie with Sydney's weather. Angie.
Thank you very much, Michael. Skies didn't produce much rainfall around Sydney today, generally only a few millimetres. The top was 26 degrees. We reached that quite late in the day after 4 p.m, and humidity was above 80% all day. Most metro suburbs reached the mid-20s this afternoon. Katoomba a comfortable 20. Those onshore winds just driving a few light showers at times. There are warnings in place tonight for locally intense rainfall through the southwest slope, southern tablelands, Riverina, ACT and Snowy Mountain. So 6 hourly rainfall totals of 50 to 80 millimetres are likely, while totals over 24 hours could reach 120 millimetres. That is due to an approaching cold front interacting with a warm, humid air mass being drawn down from the tropics. Those conditions will track east during the day, easing significantly by Thursday. Around the capitals, Brisbane a shower or two, aiming for a top of 31 degrees. That wet weather really ramps up in the southeast. Showers tending to rain for Canberra, Melbourne and Hobart, all expecting tops of 23. Adelaide also aiming for 23 degrees. The main difference there is that it'll be fine. Good news for the test starting tomorrow. Perth from a top of 38 today down to a more manageable 32. Statewide, we have the risk of storms and heavy falls west of the Divide. Daytime temperatures will be below average. As a result, Orange expecting a top of 22. Bathurst on track for 25 and just 12 for Katoomba, Thredbo rather. It is another grey day for Sydney tomorrow. Showers throughout the day, possible afternoon storm and looking a fair bit warmer. Richmond and Penrith and Parramatta all heading for 30 degrees, 29 for Mascot and Terry Hills should be a little bit cooler at 27. On the water, northeasterly winds to reach 30 knots, all happening on a 1.5 metre swell, but wind warnings are in place from the Hunter right down to the border. Sydney tomorrow, a warm night on the way, 21 degrees the forecast low, a top of 29, so it is warming up, but the clouds and showers staying put for now with another 20 millimetres possible. For the rest of the week, Thursday, those showers ease to a partly cloudy day. Will be warm as well. Friday, we return to sunny weather, and the weekend, importantly, is looking good. Partly cloudy with high 20s for Saturday. Sunday, tops in the 30s, and dry conditions for Monday and Tuesday as well. So once we get past tomorrow, it's looking a lot better, Angela and Michael.
Yeah, something to look forward to.
Indeed.
All right, Angie. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Angie.
Before we go, here's a look at a special report we have for you tomorrow night.
In 7 News, Australia's first smart ear, changing lives.
An amazingly advanced in-ear technology.
How artificial intelligence is reinventing the hearing aid, promising to improve hearing, brain function, and even send medical alerts. 7 News at 6.
And that is 7 News for this Tuesday. We'll have updates for you throughout the evening.
Sunrise starts from 5:30 tomorrow. From all the 7 News team, thanks so much for your company. Have a great night.
Good night.
Stream 7 News anytime, live and on demand on 7 Plus. And with 7news.com.au, you'll know the news now.